Hello.
Hello. We are back after a little while.
Yes, we had we did not stream this last
We're
week.
a little bit quiet in comparison to the game.
Okay. How about now?
I will just give it a little moment.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fine. We can I'll double check as we go. But that sounds okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So last time, we just gonna jump around Merlin's house for a bit.
We went into the past times.
Mm.
And there was a really terrifying. Oh, okay. I thought it was
Good
a
to know.
fireplace.
So did I.
Good to know. There was a really terrifying, silent King Michael.
Mm.
I was a bit afraid of that. And there was a cute young Pete just doing his best. But then he had to fight himself.
It was like Persona.
Yeah.
Persona 4.
Yeah, it was like that. And now he's unlocked a lot of power. And now he can use the power of Persona. And then we did go briefly to the 100 Acre Wood, I think.
We did, yes.
Um,
Now it's full speed ahead.
oh wow. They were who had forgotten about all his friends, absolutely classic.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah. And then he remembered Piglet
Yeah.
after some misadventures. Piglet got blown away, that was it.
He got blown away by how cool Sora, Donald, and Goofy are.
Well, Donald and Goofy aren't there. They're never in the 100 Acre Wood.
Oh.
It's just Sora.
Good. I hadn't noticed. Genuinely.
I mean, that does say a lot. I don't think they're even there. I don't think you even get their cards in Chain of Memories
Oh,
in the
okay.
100 Acre Wood.
They're not allowed.
No.
Banned for their crimes.
Well, I'm glad somewhere's had the foresight to ban them.
Yeah, Owl was having none of it. Yeah, he'd heard about them. Unfortunately, they also seem to have banned Kanga.
Yeah.
I guess she fell foul of the female characters' rules.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
It's a one-in, one-out policy.
Yeah. Mulan and Belle were only really allowed because their names, sort of, were in the titles of their respective films. I mean, Belle's isn't, but a synonym kind of for her name is.
The concept of her.
A translation, actually. I
Yeah.
suppose. And then Meg just kind of, I don't know, disguised herself or something.
Well, it is a one in, one out, so they're allowed
Oh,
as long
that's
as
true,
they don't
yeah.
overlap
Yeah.
their screen time.
Yeah.
It's very strict.
Actually, there's a concept that would be worth bearing in mind.
Oh, the one in, one out policy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see what I mean? It'll be a while, but you will.
Wow.
Yeah, I do enjoy, by the way, how we're not talking about this gummy ship thing because, why would we?
There's nothing to talk about. I don't think.
No.
The visuals are very bewildering.
For me as well, honestly.
I don't know that it's ever gonna really be. It does look kind of. The waterfalls are kind of nice. It's quite pretty. But yeah, I think the trouble is that I don't really understand what's going on, apart from a very basic level.
I mean, there's a limit to how much I understand what's going on, honestly. I just kind of shoot things that seem to be shootable and try to avoid being shot by them.
I saw a video on Twitter the other day of a man drinking water from everywhere in Disney, in one of the Disney parks, by which I mean I include all the public fountains.
Okay.
And apparently he got banned from the park, so that's quite funny.
Okay.
But
this was Splash Island, apparently.
Oh. It was very gross.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is also what Donald does.
Well, Ah.
Oh. Ah. Oh yeah, because you went around these and I said what I thought they all were.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Swish.
Oh, the night sky is so beautiful right after a storm.
Okay. That was really weird. It looked like he was going really fast for a second. Bloody Eric.
Wait, what did she inhale before diving?
What would I give to live where you are? What would I pay to stay here beside you?
What, here on the beach?
What would I do to see
Nowhere else.
smiling at me?
I can't remember how much of this is actually in the film, by the
No,
way.
neither can I.
If we could stay all day in the sun.
I imagine her face is a bit more emotive.
That must be a really difficult, like, posture to sing
Yeah.
from. How's the gal filling her diaphragm?
Oh, must have been a sexy dream.
Must have been a dream about a girl with bad posture singing to me. The thing is, it does look a little bit like that desolate wasteland that we saw Mickey and Riku on. Which is like, presumably not the vibe. Maybe it is the vibe.
Well, no, I wouldn't think so.
Fish. How is the swimming in this game?
Much better. But there's also a lot less of it.
Okay, well,
Actually, that's the reason why it's much better, if I'm honest.
Nip Nops, violating Twitch TOS.
Oh no. Don't draw attention to it.
Hey, Kupo.
Ah, yes, no, you timed it well, actually.
Donald, Goofy.
I'm not gonna be like unwell this time, fingers crossed.
Oh, hi there.
We did have to like stop doing D&D the other day
Forget
because
how to
I
swim
burnt my
already?
finger. And
Yeah.
it was like,
Yes.
yeah, a time.
Then you boys got to practice. You follow Flounder.
Oh, the Finny
He'll
fun
show
is
you
coming.
what to do.
Come on, Sora, you can do it.
Wow.
Swimming tutorial.
Yay. Finny fun. Funny Finn. Donald's thing is such an abomination, even by his standards.
Well, I think I probably should have read the thing, actually.
You're a quick learner, Sora.
I do like that Sora has a dorsal fin.
Yeah. I like how they've...
Just rendered Sebastian's accent.
Yeah, I actually don't like it.
No, I know. I didn't think so.
I just couldn't... I don't know. But, my finger is fine now. It was just like it was one of those things where I hadn't realised how badly it had burnt, and then like over the course of the first like bit of the session I was like, oh no, I can't write, I can't do anything.
Well, it's just a thing with burns as well. Like I've had that before, where you just don't really notice how bad it is at first, and then over time,
Yeah.
especially if you don't like cool it off immediately, or you're not able to.
But I got better.
Anyway, we're joining in a concert with Ariel.
Okay,
That's what's
I'm
happening here.
excited because I remember seeing
Rhythm
you
game
play
time. Oh, did you?
something like that, and I was just and if it is, then I have some feedback on the song, but a little shake in it.
There's a little shake.
Oh, it's not as good as Clouds Dancing.
Well, no. I don't think that's really a fair comparison.
Well, no. I really enjoyed Clouds Dancing in Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was incredible. That's bad.
I thought it was excellent, actually.
Everything about Donald is bad. Except for I liked his sailor outfit a bit.
Oh, yeah.
That was cute.
In Timeless River.
Yeah. Leave room for Jesus, kids. Mer Jesus.
I like how awkward Sora's dancing is. Like he's just sort of shuffled his way onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
Now I'm Bubbles.
I'm glad. Like Bubbles the Powerpuff Girl, right?
Sure.
I can't remember which one that is. I like the green one.
She's the one with the blonde hair, I think.
The green one is Buttercup, I think. She's like grumpy, so.
A map of the area. Oh yeah, first person swimming.
Woo! Duality puzzle piece. Whoa, it's like we're right there in Atlantica. Wow.
Oh, it took me out of first person for that.
That's mean.
It's just the key to musicals.
Oh, right. That's what I do when I'm listening to Assassins, the musical. I just let my body go away with the rhythm.
The rhythm of assassination of American presidents.
Yeah. The spicy rhythms of Stephen Sondheim. Oh, that's a good band. This is what I remember. There's a Death Note musical?
Oh, I did not know that.
Why aren't they dancing to that? That actually sounds like it would be good because you need, for a musical, it's good to have two antagonists that have like an intense relationship which will end in like one of their destruction. That's good. That's like a lot of musicals, I think. So I can see how that would work. Yeah, so my feedback on this song is, it's like they were writing this song and they were like, do you want it to be catchy or no?
Yeah. If possible, I would like it not to be catchy.
And like, how many hooks do you want to have in the song? Like, how many? No, we'll pass. Thank you. It's like one of the least like.
Now what about the bubbles?
One of the least like catchy or good songs that I've ever heard. It's very like baseline of song.
I'm just really looking forward to the final update of the mobile game soon, where this will be revealed to be like critical to the plot.
Oh my god, I hope so. I hope that Elle and Light duet this.
Which one do you think is Sebastian?
I'm concerned by the possibility that either of them might be. It's more like which one's Sora and which one's Ariel. I actually think that Ariel's definitely more of a light type character, and that would mean that, look at those moves, that Sora by default is Elle. But Ryuk is Sebastian. Correct. Oh, they should make the Death Note musical. They should dub it into English and have Robbie Damon play Light.
Well, yeah.
That would be amazing. It's so weird to see him on the move.
Your Majesty, we have visitors.
King Triton.
I certainly hope there hasn't been a need to use that keyblade of yours.
Nope,
Whoa,
everything's
his
fine.
voice sounds
Not a
weird.
heartless
Yeah.
Sounds like Geppetto or something.
Your Majesty, our guests, they want to sing in the musical.
Well, that sounds like a splendid
There is an
idea.
English one.
Oh.
we may need your help after all. You see, I'm afraid Ariel's still infatuated with the human world. A busy rehearsal schedule might be just
It
the
really
thing she
doesn't sound
needs
like the right
to
voice
stop
for
thinking
King
about
Creed.
No,
life
it really
on the
doesn't.
surface.
I don't remember what he sounded like in the first game.
Neither do I. And I don't remember what he sounds like in the film either, but
No.
it's just weird that he's like, oh, well, I don't know about this. When, like, when he's, like, kind of scary.
I do kind of just want him to have the voice of Poseidon from Hades, though.
That's true. Hey, little Hades!
I'm sure of it. Hello?
Eric's
Where
a
are you
big fan
hiding?
of Finny Fun. Why are we getting an ass
I
shot of
know
it?
you're the girl who
Well,
saved me.
you know.
Please, come
I
out
hope
so I
Finny
can
Fun
thank
is
you.
going to be in the, sorry, I hope that Swim This Way, I'll give it its correct title, is in the live-action Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just has, like,
That girl's acting strange again.
just like a
We've
rap
been
over it
flitting
or
around on
something.
the
Yeah,
surface.
yeah.
Oh, the Sea King's gonna have my claws for this.
They'll draft in
Come on,
Lin-Manuel
we gotta keep
Miranda
rehearsing.
to, like, write a rap.
Well, they
I
have,
don't feel like it.
oh god, I'm forgetting his name, this is really bad.
Oh, Ariel!
Actor that plays
I've got an
Jefferson
idea, Sebastian.
and,
Oh, David Diggs.
yeah, he's playing Sebastian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we've talked about this on stream before, actually.
Swim This Way is like, I don't even know how to, like it's kind of, I don't even know if it's bad.
It's not really anything.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the kind of the My Lovely Horse of, like, Kingdom Hearts songs. Because, it is just that same melody line over and over again.
Yeah, but My Lovely Horse is a bop. With your fat locks blowing in the wind. Rhythm game. Father Ted rhythm game. But it's done without the endorsement or consent of Graham Linehan.
Well, preferably. Ah, so we'll be coming back.
Oh.
We actually have to keep coming back to Atlantica.
Oh.
Because that's all there is of it.
Oh.
Just like rhythm game things.
To have a lot of Finny fun.
Yeah, just lots and lots of Finny fun.
Okay, I don't know if I'm ready for that much Finny fun, honestly.
Well, I know, but like...
I'm gonna have that song in my head for days.
Can you remember how it goes now? Because I can't.
Oh
Oh yeah.
It's like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am gonna have this. Like, maybe it is catchy. Finny, Finny, fun, fun. I'm excited for like if there's a Moana world. Especially if Tamatoa's in it. And especially if they get Jermaine Clement to voice
Well,
Tamatoa in the game. Which I feel like he would do.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of those people who would
Yeah.
reprise his role.
Because that would be really good, wouldn't it? Maybe they could expand Tamatoa's role. Maybe he could join the gang.
Yeah, maybe he could be like the party member for that world.
Oh, I love him so much. It's such like a random moment in the Moana movie, but it's incredible. Also, I hope the girl who played Moana is thriving. Because she's like really good. But I haven't heard of her being in other movies, but she's quite young, so she's probably like doing studying stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it might be that it's a few years before she's like in other stuff, really. If she's busy.
Those ones remind me of a Pokemon, and I can't remember which one it is.
The little purple ones.
The ones that have like little flappy wings.
Alright, I'll look out for them. It would be cool if Moana was. I don't know. I feel like it would work quite well as a story for like Sora to fit into in a way, because
Yeah. Oh, there's so much like thematically, it is kind of perfect. For Kingdom Hearts.
And because it is like there's a clear like adventure plot in a way
Yeah.
that there's not with.
There we go. Those ones.
Oh, is it the like poly, the one that's made of like polygon shapes?
No, Porygon. No, it's not that. It's I think I can't remember the name of it, but it's the evolution in between Trapinch and Flygon.
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called now, but
I don't know those ones.
oh, they're good.
Are they as good as Yampa?
Wow.
The code.
Yeah, I can imagine it would work really well in the vein of some of the Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds actually, which are like really big, really sort of expansive.
And you could have sailing like in.
Well,
Although I think I've seen you sailing in a later.
you
game.
have, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking of. And this is the world I named the stream for.
This place is
Kinda different.
That's true.
Which Pirates of the Caribbean movie was this made after?
I think it will become evident.
Okay. Ooh. This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow.
something's up.
Organization 13?
Only one way to find
No,
out.
it's real human drama. Johnny Depp. He's not here.
Naval map.
Oh, it's a map of
Sora's belly button. Yeah. Excuse me, residents of Port Royal. I just need to grab some puzzle pieces.
Well, that's the most important thing. I like the skull and cross. Oh my god, it's Pete.
Aztec treasury.
Aye.
Oh god.
Curse put on it. We are neither among the living nor the dead.
They are dead.
You look like regular pirates to me.
But in the moonlight.
I mean, they definitely don't turn into anything that looks worse than Pete does right now.
Well, no.
Now I get what you were saying.
Neutral reacts only from Pete.
Well, if you see two doofuses and a brat holding a keyblade, steer clear. They got a kind of
I'm just a
magic
big
that
fan
don't
of this
belong in
image.
this world, see? And nobody knows what it'll do to you. Especially when the moon's showing what you really are.
A match for Barbossa, you say?
I really like that the voice actor for Barbossa here
I knew it.
can't quite
Those are the
decide what
folks I was
accent Jeffrey
telling you
Rush is
about.
doing in the films.
Who are you calling
Which,
punks?
like, Jeffrey
Sora,
Rush also
Donald,
can't
and
decide
Goofy
what
to
accent
you.
Jeffrey Rush
Don't
is
you
doing,
forget
but
it.
it kind of works.
Won't. And will engrave
Whereas
it on
here
your
it's kind of
tombstone.
like... Because I think he's trying to do sort of West
I
Country,
like your style.
whereas this person seems to be more trying to do Irish.
Stay here
Yeah.
and indulge these cullies. The rest, bring me that medallion.
I think that he's just doing, in the film, he's doing a kind of like
Oh, we only get to stomp on a
pirate
few of you?
voice.
Yeah, the sort of Long John Silver, sort of vaguely Bristolian thing.
Yeah. Where kind of like the point is that it's not quite right.
Yeah.
It's 3 identical pirates.
It's no use. We can't beat them.
Aye, what do you expect?
We're Scullybobs.
You best be saying your prayers. Hey, watch out, they could see you. Stay away from their magic. What
Oh,
for?
the Pirates of the Caribbean
Weren't you
music does
listening to me
that.
before?
Hmm.
Hey,
Aw.
Pete, thanks for the tip.
Oh, yeah, it's Skelly.
Come at me, boyo. Oh, I love Skelly. I was having some good times with Skelly earlier today. Beating him up, doing him proud. I am slain. I genuinely thought Skelly was gonna really annoy me when he first appeared in Hades. Partly because his voice sounded to me to be a little bit like Teddy from Persona 4. Just a similar accent, I guess. But he's like... Skelly's great. What a king. And he does say something about being a sailor, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Ah. Skelly.
I can't sail.
I wonder if at some point we'll play Hades on stream.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Probably
Did
wouldn't
they?
be for a while if we
No.
did.
Where are you taking me? Let me go! Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me go!
Elizabeth! Stop! What are they?
We'll deal with them. Go, take cover.
We could maybe, when we do one of our like tier ranking streams again, we could always like try and find one for Hades.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that's one that I'll keep an eye out for.
Although we will be doing that, like we'll be doing one soon, but mostly for like Fire Emblem stuff, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, we won't fill a full stream with Fire Emblem stuff, I don't think. So
What if
I'm
we
gonna
do
have a
Fire
few.
Emblem Fates?
Well, I mean, yeah, we will be all day ranking characters from Fire Emblem. Well, no, we won't, because I can't remember who half of them are.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'll have some options ready. Well done.
What about my butler husband? You'll remember who he is.
Because he's Lawrence Helmenglass.
Yeah, he is. He's Lawrence Helmenglass. I guess this is the first film?
It's the first film, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think either of the, like, any of the sequels were actually out at this point.
Oh.
They might have been, actually, I'm not sure. So I think this-
I was kind of hoping it was going to open with a scene of like loads of pirates being hanged, like Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Oh, yeah!
And then Sora, Donald, and Goofy were just going to be there watching, like, gosh! These people sure are ruthless. And Donald's just like, yes! Kill them.
Donald feeds on death.
Yeah.
I mean, Sora's pretty bloodthirsty at times as well.
Well, yeah. But I think that what's actually like worrying about his kills is that it's not even like in an angry way. It's just completely unfeeling.
Yeah.
No emotion. Wow. What a cold-hearted boy. Well, no, but like. Wow.
The laws are enforced very strictly in Disney Castle.
Yeah. Like, he's a Henry VIII style monarch, really. And Queen Minnie. She's even worse.
An iron glove. An iron oversized glove. Who did the music for Pirates of the Caribbean? Was it Hans Zimmer? It was someone pretty well known, I think.
You know, my first... I think it must be. Because my first thought was John Williams, but I don't think it is. I don't
think so, no.
So, as the two kind of most well-known
Give me strength.
composers for films
Damn it.
in that sort of genre, I guess it must have been him, isn't it?
Yay. Yeah, well, I haven't done any puzzles in a while.
Puzzle.
Elizabeth can wait.
No! I can't wait! I'm so excited to hear them talk more.
Oh, that goes there. Ooh, nearly done.
Puzzle.
Oh, now this one. Oh god, Diz, which way over you?
Every way. Every which way.
Every which way but loose.
Now put King Michael's head on Sora. Perfect.
Oh, wait. It's Kingdom Hearts, so it's shaped that way.
Oh.
As in, it's literally Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
I'll figure it out at some point. Ah, that's right.
What do you get if you get the puzzle right?
It depends which puzzle it is. Oh, I see. Just noticed there's a bit of Goofy's jaw there.
Lovely. The jaw is the most deadliest part of him. Oh. Perfect.
Okay. Oh god, yeah, that one's a nightmare.
Completed. 100% completion.
We're too late.
Whoa, that's a fast
Those
ship.
pirates kidnapped Miss Swan and took her to their ship. Now they've sailed, and I'll never be able to find her.
Then she's long gone. The Black Pearl is nigh uncatchable. Best find yourself another girl, mate.
Wow, that is actually not a
What
bad
are you doing
impression
about the
of-
Interceptor?
No, it's
She's off
better than
limits to
most of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess
fortunate
I'm just
that going
comparing it
commandeer
to
her then.
where...
She'll make a fine pirate ship.
A pirate?
A pirate? Dummy.
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please.
Take me with you. Help me hunt down the Black Pearl and save Miss Swan. I got you out of that jail cell, Sparrow. Do this, and your
This is our
debts repaid.
backstory, but
You'll have to win fair lady's heart alone, mate. I see no profit in it for me.
I mean, on the
Come
one
on,
hand,
Captain.
he says every
Are you sure
sentence
you
with
can
basically
sail
the
her?
same inflection.
All on your own.
On the other hand, that's also what Johnny Depp does, so...
Yeah.
You've a point there.
It's not like the people who are doing
Thanks,
Will and Elizabeth's
Sparrow.
voices who just
Captain
can't
Sparrow.
I'm
do the
Sora.
voice
Yeah.
that the actors are doing. It's more just like...
I'm Will Turner.
That will be short for William, I imagine. No doubt named for your father, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I know this is
Well
plot
done,
relevant,
Mr.
but
Turner.
yes.
Get ready
No,
for
it's
way.
short for
I have some
Wilbert.
effects to liberate.
Aye, aye. But hurry.
Naturally.
You really want to be a pirate?
Of course not.
No, it's short
Why
for
do you
Thy
make it
Will Be
this
done.
I don't know.
Puritan.
He's a Puritan, yeah.
I think my luck's about to change.
Nope. We're having a consistent art style in this party, thank you very much.
Yeah. Also, I just wouldn't trust Jack Sparrow with anything.
No.
And although it's not Johnny Depp, I don't appreciate the reminder.
Well,
You can
yeah.
release me. You have your trinket. I'm of no further value to you.
This is no trinket, Missy. This is cursed Aztec gold. One of 882 identical pieces they delivered in a stone chest.
Yeah, he's definitely
to
trying to do a
Cortez
kind of
himself.
Irish thing. I think.
Yeah.
I hardly
Also, I
believe in
really
ghost
like
stories
that they
and
have
Captain
this
Barbossa.
weird,
That's
nonsensical
exactly what I
backstory in.
thought. Buried on an island of death.
Yeah, I know. I was
Apparently
just
found
enjoying
except for
the
those who know
food
where
and
it
trying to
is.
figure out what any of it
Find up
was.
There be the chest. Inside be the gold. And we took 'em all. We spent 'em and traded 'em and fritted 'em away on drink and food and pleasurable.
What is in front of him?
The more we gave 'em away,
Pleasurable
the
company,
more we
eh?
came to realize the drink would not satisfy, and food turned to ash in our mouths.
Okay,
We
it's all
cursed
ash.
men, Miss Turner. Compelled by greed we were, but now we are consumed by it.
How very sad for you.
There is one way we can end our curse.
So,
All
in the
scattered
film, the
pieces
reason
of
why
the
her
Aztec
hair's down
gold
is because they
must be
gave her the
gathered
dress
and
after she
restored
got
to
on the
stone
ship because
chest.
she went in the water,
And the
right?
blood
Yeah.
of
But in this,
every
she just
soul
gets
who touched a
kidnapped with
piece
a
of the
really
treasure.
fancy dress
Yeah.
on and her hair like down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she might even have been wearing that dress when
For
they
10
kidnapped her.
years we've searched
We only saw her
every
for like a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, she was.
Every town and village, preying on sailors and settlers alike. 881 pieces we found, but despaired of ever finding the last. All those years, you've been safe in your bed, reading your pirate stories, dreaming of adventures in the high seas.
Schningel's
We've
interested in
endured
these pirate
torments
stories.
worse than death itself.
We did nearly buy Schneeing a
But
pirate
now,
desk before.
Thanks
Yeah,
to
there was a
we
little
have
pirate
the
table with a
final
little
piece
pirate chair.
at last. When this medallion is restored
You
to
have
the
to look
chest,
good, but not.
we'll
But
be
you have to have that
free to
effortless,
roam the
beachy
seas as
waves.
men.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
No
that's what pirates
longer
appreciate.
will we be ghosts.
And the blood that's
I
to
think
be
this scene is
redeemed?
actually longer than it is in the
That's why
film.
There's no sense to be killing you. Yet.
There's a delayed reaction. Hey!
The moonlight shows us for what we really are. We're not
Skelly
among the living,
boys.
and so we cannot die. But neither
What
are
is
we
dead may never die.
I've suffered too long. You'd best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
Oh, so they're
You see
doing this
tonight.
line,
Yeah.
but without like.
You're
And
in
also
one.
making it unnecessarily clumsy.
Yeah. Interesting. I like that when they change bits, when they have a different version of a line to what's in the film, but so it sounds less good. I'm sure they had that on. That's what they did in the Mulan world as well. When the Emperor doesn't say, "You don't meet a girl like that every dynasty," he says like just something else.
Yeah.
When like that's the line, and that's like the catchy line. I don't know. But in the film they have like Elizabeth be all like kind of girl boss vibes, don't they? Because she's like complaining about having to wear a corset, even though everybody had already been wearing corsets for quite some time.
Yeah.
Or like stays anyway, like similar to corset. And then she like jumps into the water because she's in charge of her own destiny or something, and then she gets captured. But in this, they're like, she's just getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
No messing about.
Yeah, none of this unnecessary drama. I
That
mean,
lad's not in it. You know, the East India Company lad.
oh, he's not even in this film.
Is he not?
Oh, he is, but he's in, like, he has a much less important role.
I thought he was like the one that they're trying to get her to like push her onto him, and then she just runs away.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
you
that wouldn't be
can't-
allowed.
No girl bosses allowed. Except for Maleficent.
Well, they couldn't keep her out.
She has like live, laugh, love decals in her castle. In black and purple.
Are you okay there, Donald?
This
Up there.
reminds me of how much I hate Daisy.
Oh, good. The Black Pearl is on this map. That's handy.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, Maleficent's been hustling this whole time. I remember, I can't remember which Lindsay Ellis video it is in, but there's one where she speculates that the live-action Little Mermaid is going to make a big point of how she's not, like, leaving the ocean for a guy. And I just think of it whenever I'm thinking about that film, and I'm just pretty sure that they're going to do it, and it's going to be, like, really weird.
Oh, was it the one on Aladdin? Did you do one on Aladdin?
I think it mentions Aladdin as well, 'cause it's about girl boss.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. Oh, the Isle de Muerta. Sounds nice. I like how the model for Jack makes it look like the little beard things just like grow.
Yeah.
Like up the head, or like little like tusks. Or like they is part of his face.
Well, maybe. Oh, I thought they were holding hands there. I think they were, just for courage.
Courage! And then all of a sudden Simba's there. Pete is so weird.
Bold of you to assume I gave Jack any equipment.
Oh, let us know if the sound levels are,
yeah.
off, by the way, Kupo. I did my best. Oh!
This is what we hear from next door whenever there's a football match on.
It's like that bit in Muppets Treasure Island.
Every last
when they
piece
find
that
all the
went
treasure.
astray, we have returned.
It is, but with
Save
fewer
for
Muppets
this.
and therefore not as good.
Yeah,
And
put
now,
more Muppets
the
in it.
blood will be repaid to free us from this
Blood
curse
will be
forever.
repaid.
It's Wild Mountain Thyme.
Oh god. Like I was a prize heifer. I can't remember what it even was now.
It was something like looking me over.
Yeah, oh,
like
yeah.
I was a red heifer?
Red heifer. Is that film been out?
So here's the funny thing. It just came out here, like in the last couple of weeks. But it hasn't come out in Ireland yet. And it won't until like the summer. I might just turn down the game sound just a little in that case. But yeah, for some reason, like, it's just not coming out in Ireland for like a while.
I mean, I think I can guess what the some reason might be.
But honestly, I would expect that to be a draw.
Oh, right.
Quick, they're after us.
Just everyone on Twitter goes to see it.
Hold them off. Give us a sign when the ship's ready to sail.
Right.
I wonder what
We'll
Mark
light the
Kermode
signal
will
fire.
make of it.
I think he has reviewed it actually.
Ah.
So I mean, you have a look.
Has he reviewed it on the radio? Or...
Yep.
Ah, well, maybe we can look it up. We've been watching lots of Mark Kermode, like, reviews of old bad films. And remembering how bad films can be. It's been good.
Which is a good thing to remember in the Pirates of the Caribbean world, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
He's famously not a fan.
Yeah, although I still maintain that the first Pirates of the Caribbean film is, like, decent.
Yeah, I think so as well. That's one place where I would differ from Mark Kermode.
but the second one is dreadful. The third one is not good. I think the second one is worse than the third one.
I honestly don't remember. I
was definitely much more bored watching the second one than the third one.
Yeah. I think more happens in the third one, alright. They're both way too long anyway. Ah, the signal fire. The ship's on fire. Cool. That was the signal.
Oh. Well. Dot
And
dot
now,
dot.
the blood will be repaid.
Oh, we're resolving the cliffhanger now.
Forever.
The blood will be repaid.
Not yet. We wait for the opportune moment.
I'll be playing
When it's
Barbosa
of
in the
greatest
next
profit to you,
of these
May I
games.
ask you something? Have I ever given you reason not to trust me? Stay here and try not to do anything stupid.
Kiss. They didn't kiss.
No, that would be far too interesting.
I feel like Elizabeth's probably better off without either of them,
Oh,
honestly.
well, yeah.
Begun by blood undone.
Apparently that's blood.
Oh, it
That-
looks like
Vaguely orangey liquid.
tomato soup. Nothing's happening.
You, mate, your father, was your father William Turner?
No.
No.
Very terribly sorry.
What's going on?
Who brought this wench to us?
She said her name was Turner.
It was you, Mackenzie Crook.
Why isn't it working?
No, he's not in this game.
Get on with
Not
it.
featured. My name's Elizabeth.
You there!
Harry.
The medallion! After them, you ingrates!
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
I mean, you say that like Sora's not going to be down with the little murder.
Yeah.
We better get back to Port Royal.
It's an ambush. They're coming up from the sea.
Whoa. I suppose they can kind of walk through the sea.
Yeah, but not quicker than a ship.
Yeah.
Unless there's just like no wind.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be it, yeah.
Oh. He didn't mention that bit of the curse, but actually after going to the Isle de Muerto, they also went to the Isle de Shark and stole some
Some shark gold.
shark gold, yeah.
They're not going to give that back though, because it's cool being part shark.
Yeah. It's worth it.
The pirate just exploded.
That's his shark DNA.
is it true? You gave Barbosa my name instead of yours. Why choose my name?
I don't know.
Elizabeth.
I assume because she'd been writing Mrs. Elizabeth Turner inside hearts on the back of all her exercise books.
After all this time. I thought I
Women
lost
can't go to school.
Oh yeah, I did
Gift
forget
from my
that.
It's the
father.
level of
He sent it to me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they get some sad Kingdom Hearts music.
Why did you take
It's
it?
just like Sora and
Because
what's her face.
I was afraid that you were a pirate.
She was afraid he was a pirate.
Of course.
Well, they never did build that
Don't
raft.
you see?
Well, actually, they did build the raft. They just never did anything with it.
It wasn't your blood they needed. It was my father's blood. My blood.
It's in the blood.
The blood.
Blood god. Oh no, trash god.
How the
Rash
blazes did you
god.
get off that island, Jack?
When you sailed away in my ship and marooned me on that godforsaken spit of land with naught but a pistol and a
Crossover
single shot,
twist.
you forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
We love you, Kronk.
I mean, obviously, I am waiting
Won't be
for the
making that mistake.
Emperor's New Groove world.
Then what say you to putting the past behind us?
Turns out it
untying
was
these
actually
ropes,
Inca
and
gold.
let me negotiate the return of your medallion. eh?
Merge the
What
art
say you to that?
styles.
Seeing as how the Black Pearl's mine now, Jack, letting you go doesn't seem to fall within my interest.
Odd. I'm not actually concerned with your interest. Give me back the pearl.
I also liked how there was a point where he just made a sound and didn't say anything. He was like sort of,
What do you think, you idiot?
I think under stress, the guy who's doing the Jack voice is less good at it.
With the
Look at the pool.
Will, look!
What is going on with her hair? There's like stray strands just flying everywhere.
I wonder what Jack would do.
You've been using the pearl all day.
I suppose he'd run for it.
Sounds good to me.
Will!
Everyone hit the deck!
Oh, they did.
We're just gonna have to fight.
Sure. Fight the tremors. Have there been any other like Disney films based on rides at the park?
Yes, Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
There's also a Jungle Cruise film planned.
I'd heard stuff about that, but I heard like weird things about the Jungle Cruise one. I'm gonna just Google it to see if before I say anything that's like not correct. Give me a minute. I'll do it on my phone actually, because then I'm not like taking it to the streets. Because like I don't want to put around false information about this important cinematic art piece. I remember the last time we talked about the Little Mermaid film that's coming out. We were talking about how I think it's Melissa McCarthy that's playing Ursula.
Oh, right.
And I'm a bit disappointed because I feel like there would be more interesting casting choices.
Yeah.
Given that she's like based on Divine. Okay. Okay, right, so the first awful news that I have to bring you about the development of Jungle Cruise is Jack Whitehall's in it.
You know, weirdly, I saw that coming somehow from your tone of voice, although maybe I also had just heard that he was in it, but that is terrible news. It's just an omen of Jack Whitehall's arrival. And the seventh seal is open.
Oh right. So the other thing that I'd heard is that Jack Whitehall's character is gay, and he's playing like a camp gay character in it, and so there's been some like backlash because he's not gay.
Now then,
I don't trust him.
No.
Unless it's more important than their lives.
Barbosa! She goes free.
Go ahead, boy, shoot. We can't die.
You can't. But I can. My name is Will Turner. My father was Bootstrap Bill Turner. His blood runs in my veins.
Aye?
On my word, do as I say, or I'll pull this trigger and be lost at Davy
They
Jones'
just need his
locker.
blood, like, he's kind of helping them.
Yeah, also, I like... Was there some stipulation that he couldn't point the gun at himself at any point in that exchange?
Anything else?
Yes.
Now.
Because that would be too much violence.
Oh, okay, I was wondering about that.
Agreed.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the Heartless stay.
Is that like a thing that you aren't allowed to?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Let's just enjoy this visual.
No fair.
Oh, okay.
There you are. What are we gonna do?
I'm enjoying how this scene is completely silent.
Mm.
Oh, right. And yet they didn't censor Pete.
There's so much that they could have censored. That they should have censored. Oh, Jack's in the party.
Why is it this music?
Because I don't know why. Oh, flying boys. The uncensored version of Swim This Way was wild.
Okay.
Oh. But they didn't change the blood on the coin. Yeah, they let unchecked Donald. The original lyrics to Swim This Way were actually more along the lines of WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
That's the second time I've had to watch that man sail away with my ship. But I'll be having her back soon enough.
I hope they use the original version in the live action film.
I'm sure they will. Ah. I'm absolutely not going in there right now.
Oh.
In fact, it'll probably be quite a while before I dare to go in there.
Is it like a special fight? Like
It is.
the book boy fight?
Yeah, it is. It's... I mean, I might as well tell you, it's Larxene.
Oh. Nice. That'll be a fun one then.
Yeah.
Just so that you can remember the good times. I love how their portals look really edgy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on brand.
Yeah. They've got a reputation to maintain. Oh, swim this way. Just... I'm gonna learn Swim This Way, and I'm gonna like it. I don't know if I can live up to this declaration.
Well, you have to learn the moves. Yeah, those are the moves.
I got them. And then there's just like a dolphin in the background, like. I'm not having any fun. It also doesn't fit in with like the rest of the music from the full mode.
Nope. Not at all. Ooh, 2 puzzle pieces. Sure.
Those are the pirates' treasure. Don't steal them.
Oh, no, that's Jack.
Kill him. Why did you swap out Donald?
I didn't.
Oh.
And the game just did it automatically.
Oh.
Actually, I might be able to swap him back. I probably can't swap him back at the moment because it probably needs me to have Jack in the party.
It's a rare moment that I'm gonna like ask for Donald to be in the party. It'll never happen again. Oh, you know what I did today? I sent off an essay. I did an essay. I finished it. Yay! I like genuinely had thought that I wasn't gonna make that I might not make the deadline, but I did. Some coursework for my poetry, my creative writing MFA. So it's good times. Now I can like actually write poems or whatever.
Now you're allowed.
Yeah, at the end of it they'll let me. But until then I'm being held back for my own safety and others.
Yeah. It would be irresponsible if you weren't licensed.
I've got to complete my 9 years of bardic training. That would actually be sick. I would love to be a medieval Welsh bard. There are a couple of things that are stopping me from realising this dream. But you know, I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I'm on Duolingo.
Yeah.
I'll be on my way soon.
Now, let's be trying this again. The last of the Aztec treasure has been returned. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse.
I just am enjoying every time he says the word blood.
Blood.
That's when it gets the most Wild Mountain time.
Yeah.
Not possible.
Not probable. We were young and we're pirates.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. These are my hallucinations.
So you want to play pirate? Best save the play acting for the nursery. After them!
Nursery?
Oh, okay.
No more play acting now.
That's a fight I apparently don't get to do.
Oh, where's Jack?
Just drunk somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Over there, in fact.
Wow, this is gripping. You're just not helping.
Very much not helping.
Fool, Jack Sparrow.
He just got stabbed off screen.
I was a skelly boy too. The eyes look weird, don't they? Skellies don't have eyes.
Show yourself,
Oh, Skelly does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
Huh?
Skellies...
See? I told
Skelly's
you
allowed.
no...
Skelly can do what the hell he wants.
Skelly has no gods, no masters. I mean, that's kind of true, actually.
Yeah. He has no masters anyway. I found out recently that one of the most written about pairings on Archive of Our Own for Hades is Karen / Hermes, which is very funny to me. Skelly is our god now. But I hope they aren't I haven't read any, so I don't know. I just like to know what the discourse is.
Yeah.
But I hope that they keep him as a weird kind of guy.
Yeah.
They don't like hunkify him. You know? He's already a hunk of
flesh? Question mark.
Melted skelly gorgeousness. I don't know. But my favorite thing is that in the game, Zag insists on saying his name is Kieran.
Yeah. Kieran's shot.
Looks like Kieran's going to want all this.
In need of a pirate, eh?
He better never speak properly. Or like speak, you know, how everyone else does. Like, I'm hoping, because another like popular pairing is Asterius / Theseus. I'm hoping that what this actually means is just that like the monster fanciers have descended and have embraced Karen in all his ness, but it could mean that he's been like Tumblr sexy man as well.
Yeah.
But I would like to think otherwise, because, you know, he's got it going on.
Much like both Brett and Stacy's mom.
Yeah. Get me some sort of Venn diagram here.
Yeah.
Tumblr sexy man Karen is terrifying.
Yeah. But very, like, believable. Very easy to imagine somehow.
When you consider that the Skelly from Undertale
Sans,
is
yeah.
generally considered to be among the echelons.
One of the quintessential sexy men, in fact, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I also just don't like the idea of AU like fanfiction where possibly Asterius would not be a Minotaur. That seems incorrect.
Yeah.
Stop doing this, people of the world.
This ain't over.
Right. Care to surrender, Barbosa?
I like his baggy trousers, God.
He's a big Madness fan.
Oh.
What
Yeah,
say
he
you
has
we
to be
call
a
it
Minotaur, that's
draw?
important.
Jack, how many times do I have to tell you?
Laugh while you can, Barbosa.
Very, like, muted react there.
And no blood whatsoever.
Cold.
It's funny how how they show, like, the skellies with, like, bits of flesh still on them and stuff. But they can't show blood.
What now, Jack?
Whatever I want. Now that the pearl is mine again.
Whatever I want!
Yeah.
What accent was that?
Thank you,
I think
Jack.
it ended up in Liverpool, maybe?
I was thinking it was either Liverpool, but also there's a slight thing that was making me think maybe it's South African. Which is not like a middle ground that one would expect.
I was just enjoying Jack doing like finger guns as he backed away. Very much like I imagine our friend when he was in an English department meeting and tried to like, which he realised he wasn't supposed to be in, and tried to like style his way out, winking at the head of medieval studies in the University of York as he went. That is one of my favourite stories of all time.
I mean, that's just the kind of fun, flirtatious atmosphere that they appreciate in medieval studies.
Well, I mean, anything goes in medieval studies.
That's what I've heard. That's why they have to have their own, like, bit
Yeah.
of the university.
Oh, there's some 18th century stuff in there as well.
Well,
I mean, obviously, the medieval period is all part of the long 18th century.
the long 18th century is...
Sorry, this is some, like...
the fucking length of the 18th century. Just to compound all of the, like...
all of the fairly obscure, like, references to literary periods. Well, literary and historical.
You know, for a minute there, I was afraid we
Hey,
were
the
gonna
long
lose
18th
Donald to the
century is
curse
kind of
the
appropriate
treasure.
to be talking about in the Pirates of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Caribbean stream. I have no idea when it's set, but I assume sometime in the 1700s.
I think it is, yeah. I think it kind of has to be. Because I've tried to figure this out before. Which is actually quite a bit after the sort of heyday of Caribbean pirates. Although it would be about this period of, like, Blackbeard.
Ah.
I'm gonna just quickly run to the loo.
I heard that Taika Waititi has been cast as Blackbeard for some kind of upcoming, like, comedy.
He has, yeah. I can't remember what it is.
But I'm excited about that. Anyway. I'm on my quilt still. I'll show my quilt. Ooh. She's beautiful. I'm on the, like, actual quilting bit, which means that I'm just having to sew, like, over and over the top again. So it's all, like, the size that it'll be when finished. But people who see it on, like, Zoom calls and stuff, like my family, I say like, oh, it's getting really big whenever they see it, and it's been the same size for weeks now, but I haven't the heart to, like, try and explain, so I just go like, yeah, cool. And I don't think that they know, but, you know, I don't want to be a downer. Thank you for saying this kind things about my quilt. It's gonna take me a while to finish it, but I kind of wanted something that would take a long time because I just always want to be making stuff, and, like, there's only so many cardigans that you can knit for yourself before you just have too many cardigans, you know? I don't know if that's, like, a common experience, but that's how I've been feeling. And then people are all like, oh, but you should make them to sell. But, like, the fact is, like, I enjoy making stuff, but, like, it takes way too long. I would have to charge so much money if I was gonna sell anything that I made. But yeah, it's nice to just be, like, making things. Just been doing some quilt chat.
Oh, good.
Also, I've been watching, like, videos on YouTube about how to quilt. Because I'm having to learn, and oh my gosh, there's this amazing, so a lot of them are, like, by American ladies who are, like, a similar type of lady, where they're kind of, like, blonde, about, like, 40 or something, and have a kind of, like, Mormon-y vibe, but may not actually be Mormons. But anyway, there's this one video I was watching, and the lady who's, like, one of the ladies who's talking at the beginning of it, she says the word quilting, but the way that she says the word quilting is like qualtine.
I can confirm this. It's not that I didn't believe it, but I found it hard to imagine how it sounded when you told me. And, it just sounds like qualtine.
I need to actually, like, isolate that bit of the video and tweet it or something. Because like, the world needs to hear it. It's actually very incredible to me. Like, because I know that people say things differently in different accents, but, like, it's just that particular word being so much different from how I would say it, like, blew my mind. Qualtine. So now we just call it qualtine a lot.
Yeah.
And qualt. And it's really added a whole new layer of fun to the quilting process, I would say. yeah, I was also saying how I have to pretend, how I like pretend that my quilt is actually getting bigger, even though it's been the same size for like a month now. Well, not a month. I don't know how long I've been working on it.
Probably not too far off though.
Like a few weeks anyway.
Yeah,
the same
maybe
size,
3 or 4 weeks.
I have been politely pretending that the quilt is expanding when I talk to my family.
And mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it's good to have some news.
Yeah, well,
I do have some news this week, but I don't know if like it's just news that is interesting to my family because we have to give our news to like our families every week, and we rarely have any news. But I had a poem published, so that's news. But they might not be interested in that.
Oh no, I think they will be.
Okay, well we can use that as some of our news. Excellent. We need to store up the news.
Yeah.
Like squirrels for winter, so that we can deliver quality news. Thank you. It's unfortunately the name of the magazine that it's published in is very difficult to get across to you in this medium, because it is called like
with like is it 2 or 3 A's?
It's 2 A's, but one's small and one's big.
Yeah,
and there's an
right.
exclamation mark, and there's an H in there, so you can kind of put the pieces together. But I also keep wanting it to be aha, like Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
Which would be a great theme for a poetry. You have to write your best like Alan Partridge themed works. I don't even know what that would be.
Just poems about Norwich.
Oh yeah. And about like how shit Simon Farnaby's character on This Time is. Diss track. Pumpkin! Oh, and it's got the snow on it.
Yep.
Christmas Town.
I actually can't remember which of these is like sort of the next one, so I'll just kind of have to check the recommended level for both. Actually, it's probably Acrobat.
Nip to the bathroom.
Yeah, you will only miss a gummy ship.
Oh,
So
okay. Well then, that's
probably a good time.
time.
Let's go. Oh, my back hurts. See, the problem is gummy ship like levels are not terribly interesting to play, but do demand concentration to a greater or lesser extent. So I will. I can probably talk. I mean, it doesn't demand that much concentration. I think I finally figured out how to eat these things, so that's nice. I never noticed that there were little heads that pop out before. Oh, there you go. I also like how, I like how this level and the other one that was just done are weirdly feel like F-Zero games, or like even just the F-Zero stages in Smash, down to the music. It's very strange. It's kind of cool. I like... One thing I will say for the gummy ship levels in this game is at least they do feel kind of different. They're in quite different environments. Like, they do... Like... I mean, I guess they don't feel that different because they're just on-rail shooters, but like, they... At least there's something different to look at each time. And yeah, different music as well, actually, which does make a difference, I think. Oh, hello. Oh, I remember you. Ow. Okay. Well, we're done. Don't have to do it again.
Piece of cake.
I don't know if I'd say that. Oh yeah, I think this probably is the one we were supposed to do first. But so be it. Oh yeah, I just noticed the color coding on the like trails. Alright, we'll go here first. It's a shame because I much prefer Halloween Town, but I never. Actually, I'll just wait for Bethan to get back before we actually touch down in Agrabah. What can I do? Oh, I'll do some puzzles in the meantime. Why not? Oh, okay. Just one missing from there. Oh, yeah. There we go.
How's the puzzles?
Good, good, good. Actually, I got one missing from this one.
Oh.
So we're going to Agrabah first.
Oh, okay. Christmas Town.
We'll just look forward to it.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Because, like, even if it's not until next stream, it's something big to look forward to. That is my reaction whenever I see Donald as well.
Hey, maybe Riku's with them.
Yeah, maybe they've formed a throuple.
Keep dreaming, you two.
Come on, Donald, you were thinking the same thing.
Uh-oh, it's It's a Yago!
Wait, you got me all wrong!
You're all right.
No, I mean it's not the old
I remember what you did to Othello.
I'm legit. No more scams. Promise.
That's your new scam.
You gotta believe me.
Ooh.
Let's go.
I was stuck inside that land.
That was a surprisingly perceptive moment there.
And a rare moment of cynicism as well.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, Pirates of the Caribbean world really affected him.
Fellers, he looks pretty sad.
I want to apologize to Aladdin and Jasmine. Could you guys maybe put in a good word for me?
Sure. We can do that, can't we?
I'm kind of interested in what's going to happen in this world, considering that they finished the plot of
Yeah. Ooh.
Dance boys. I'm sad that we haven't had any large bodies this stream.
Not so far, no. But I mean, this is a world in which we've had the special large bodies.
I know. I remember. I remember them with fondness. With delight. My eyes will grow wide with delight like the mouth of yawning beluga whale. As Sahara in Animal Crossing would say. Wisely and correctly. I love Sahara. I just want to support her busy adventures. I'm still playing Animal Crossing every day. Like a cool person.
Where are they all coming from?
See my son, Walker.
This way.
Cool. That's how they get you.
It's a pyramid scheme of some kind.
Wait, now we're back in Girl Boss Land.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Iago is now part of your party. This is the peddler's shop.
Oh.
And this is the peddler.
He's beautiful.
Mojito.
Oh! He's an alcoholic Moogle.
Oh no.
No, I mean he contains alcohol.
As in, yeah, he's made of alcohol.
Yeah. He just likes mojitos a lot. Not in like a problem way. Just in like a minty, limey deliciousness. I think that's the ingredients of a mojito. I should probably know because I like mojitos. But I don't. I do remember that when I was an undergraduate, like, one of my friends came into our flat, like, really drunk after some sort of, like, fancy dinner and decided he was gonna make mojitos, which he did by, like, just putting, like, the most biggest chunks of lime in the glasses. You had, like, half a lime in your, like, and everyone else is in their pajamas. And he's like, no, I'm gonna make mojitos. It's gonna be amazing. It was a good time, but it was a strange time. It was one of the more, like, wholesome experiences of someone turning up really drunk that have happened in my life, so I like to treasure it. You don't normally get half a lime out of it.
Yeah, no, that is impressive. Are these destructible? I can't remember. I feel like they should be.
It kind of looks... Frontier puzzle piece. It's for a Star Trek puzzle.
Or there's a frontier land in Disneyland.
Oh.
It's like the western land.
Oh. Sounds shit, lol. I don't know if it is.
No.
I've never been to Disneyland, so I can't comment. But I do anyway. I have no experience, and yet I must comment.
A Twitter story.
Yeah. That's just Twitter every day, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That and, like, the villain of the day. Oh, I saw this amazing tweet though recently that was like, it said something like me trying to figure out what today's Twitter discourse is all about, and then it's a picture of like the Plato's cave.
Oh yeah, the I think I saw that as well. Actually, it's the like seeing everyone's subtweets and then trying to find the original tweet.
Yeah.
And it's like the shadow on the wall.
And the best thing is, in that particular illustration of the concept, the shadow is of a bird.
Oh, yeah.
So it's even, like, particularly relevant. But, yeah, that's why it's, like, trying to find out who, like, villain of the day is as well. Oh, there she is.
Just standing outside the palace gates, as she is
That's
wont to
insane
do.
good. Oh, I think Donald's trying to make a move.
I never had the chance to thank
I wouldn't put
you
it past him.
before. You helped Aladdin defeat that awful Jafar and save Agrabah.
All in a day's work. But, it looks like the Heartless are up to no good again.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
had forgotten
any
as
way to help
well.
you out?
I think we're all right for now.
And you always got Aladdin.
He hasn't been himself lately.
He hasn't been himself.
I'm not sure.
It's not as bad as Aerith's voice.
Usually
Well,
he's
no.
the same cheerful Aladdin, but sometimes he just seems sad. He leaves the palace and goes off by himself all the time. I've asked him about it, but he says nothing's wrong.
This sounds like a very
gone again
them
today.
problem.
Yeah.
What if he doesn't come back this time?
Hey, maybe he's got a secret girl.
Exactly what I was
I'll
thinking.
find out who she is.
Oh my
Iago,
god.
quick, Sora! Oh, catch him! And I'll warn the guards and everyone in the palace.
That's the thing. Iago's not...
No. Don't worry, Iago.
Nice
Stay safe,
move.
King. Yeah, I had also assumed that he had a secret girlfriend from what she was saying.
Yeah.
He's gotta be somewhere in
He
town,
says he's
right?
working late at the office, but
I wonder what he's been
he
doing.
doesn't have an office.
He's working late at the Cave of Wonders.
Hi, Sora. Come back here.
He's dating a monkey?
Wow.
If you can't control that furball, put a leash on him.
Look, I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself, Abu.
He was raised wrong.
No hard feelings?
Everything about that man confuses me.
Hey guys, sorry about earlier. I was kinda in a hurry.
What happened?
You know Abu, he couldn't keep his paws off that lamp.
I love lighting! Oh my god!
He just gets a kick out of petty crime. He can't quit it. No, no.
I guess I'll have to come clean about... Oh. There is certainly no one around. Who are we looking at? What angle is this? Oh no.
Sadly, Abu has lost the ability to make any sound.
Oh, that's tragic.
Now there's Heartless here as well.
Is the plot of this bit taken from any, like, Aladdin spin-off thing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. They just wanted some Aladdin content.
Yeah.
Does this happen quite often then, that they burn through, like, the story from the actual film and then have an extra bit?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, they do, like, a few different things with film. Sometimes they will follow the film plot. Sometimes you just come in after it. Or before it, actually.
Sometimes it's not clear what's going on, Tarzan world. Oh wait, but that didn't exist.
No, I don't know what you mean.
That was never real.
It's fine, we've got lots of money.
This character concerns me. Yeah, I was just buying into the false hype. I'm really sorry about that. That's not the sort of content that you should expect to get from the Schningle channel, really. Normally we're more rigorous. Yeah, this all makes sense because the Cave of Wonders worked out really well the last time.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't it get destroyed?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
In fact, I think we had to, like, take the carpet out of there from memory.
think that's what happens in the film anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Puzzle piece.
Can't hide puzzle pieces from me.
There's a lot of things that you can get past Sora, but not a puzzle piece. That's why he draws the line. It is weird how Agrabah is just empty.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't... It's the, like a lot of the other ones, it doesn't really make any difference because it's, like, inside somebody's house or the, like, natural world, but... but it's a big city. And he's a big boy. He's a large body. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh.
What are those ones called, actually?
Beautiful boy. Big body, fire body.
Not any of these. Fat Bandit.
Ah.
There we go. Oh yeah, the like empty rows of seats in the Colosseum. Those are confusing. Oh,
Yeah, Phil's actually just running it as a front for something now. They don't make any money from the ticket sales. I don't know, must be the large bodies got me wanting to interact with Shining.
Makes sense.
He too is round. He's a round friend. I feel like the large bodies could be friends.
Yeah, I think so.
I would like them to be, but I feel like unfortunately there is certain obstacles. They do keep attacking gear.
Yeah, but I don't think that's their choice, you know?
That's true. They're being put up to it by Organization 13 question mark? It's not clear to me at this point. Oh, I wonder what that could be.
This is it.
We know.
Did we just see Pete getting bored? That's probably what Iago's asking, because he asks the real questions. Oh, remember how in the most recent series of Doctor Who they had a tech company called Vor?
Oh yeah, I sure do.
What?
That was a thing that should have had some consultation on.
It's just extra funny because it's a tech company, but you would only think of that would be not a weird thing to call it if you had like minimal time online.
Yeah.
I'm not especially looking forward to talking about that on our Doctor Who podcast, that series, in other respects. But I am looking forward to talking about how that's a really weird decision. Ah, the Cave of Wonders looks different.
Yeah, it's completely different this time. So is Agrabah itself, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's an
That-
exciting cosmopolitan city.
Well, yeah, that makes more sense.
Even the Heartlesses are different. They just attract a lot of, like, new and interesting people. New large bodies. Even more big than before. It's not possible. It's not
This is it.
Wow, that was it. There is.
It's over.
It's confusing when he says it's over and it's not over.
Yeah. That's Sora's grasp on the reality that surrounds him for you then.
Oh yeah, if something's gone, it's like, oh no, it's gone forever.
He has no object permanence.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Big. Wow, they're so beautiful. So talented. I would like to have a plushie of a large body and Walker. When will they release plushies of every Animal Crossing character?
Because they have, like, Build-A-Bear Workshop are doing, like, Tom Nook's and Isadel's now, but, like, surely there should be one of every Animal Crossing character.
Yes, so that I can buy Walker. Rescue him from Build-A-Bear. I love Walker. He's my favourite Animal Crossing character.
What?
He's so cute. It's a little doggo. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Ah, sure.
What is this? The parting of the Red Sea?
Well, this is quite a puzzle.
It's a real head scratcher.
I mean, it might be for Sora, to be fair. Little.
But they have a food to help them. Surely his brains can make up for the lack elsewhere.
Go, Abu!
Oh, is it Abu? I said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I said it with a P. It was a different plosive sound. I'm sorry, little boy. I hope he forgives me. People soundlessly correct me. Wow, it is literally him in charge of.
Yep. He's the brains of this operation.
Yeah.
Kleptomaniac monkey.
I mean, it makes sense. It's what the squad was lacking. Ooh, he shines. Do you remember how all the time you spent swimming up and down waterfalls? When we
I
were here
sure
before?
do.
That was a good time. That was very strange. Oh, the chasm of challenges. Well, I guess I'll activate it.
I like how the command for that was translate as well.
Yeah, you had to spend ages like deciphering an ancient tongue, and then Sora realized it was actually the language that he speaks all the time. Was looking at it upside down or something.
His limited ability to read comes back to haunt him.
No! No! I miss him. You should just have like a default command for every interaction that Sora does that's like, realize. Understand.
He doesn't do a lot of that though, is the thing.
Yeah, maybe that's why it needs to be like incorporated into the games. So that like it can actually happen.
I remember you. Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Smoothly done. Press triangle to reconsider urgently.
Reconsider.
Oh. I was going to try and get Kyrie into the phrase reconsider, but I couldn't, and it doesn't matter because he doesn't really reconsider what he should do with Kyrie anyway.
If anything, the period between Chain of Memories and this game was a period of him attempting to reconsider Kyrie.
Yeah. He had to go into like a sensory deprivation chamber to really dig deep for that. He had to live in an egg. He had to be born again from an egg. Hey guys.
Oh, it's the trophy that Roxas won.
Is it?
No, but it looks a bit like it. How did we get ahead of Pete?
Got waylaid in the earlier chamber.
He was swimming up waterfalls for ages.
Yeah, presumably. He hadn't been here before, so he had to do all of that first.
Bottled up, or he's gonna destroy Agrabah.
Oh yeah, Pete had like a parachute.
Hey, snap out of it, Donald.
We actually fell past him.
Ah. Is Donald just having like a Morgana moment there?
Yeah.
Treasure!
That happens sometimes.
Look, Sora, a treasure chest! He doesn't talk like that though. That's
You know what? I haven't done wisdom form.
Wisdom form?
Yep. Got it from Donald. Surprisingly.
Wow, that was an unlikely journey my brain went on. Just like Donald arriving at the wisdom. Little ice cubes.
If anything, wisdom form slowed me down quite a bit, I think.
Oh, yeah, that was the press triangle to reconsider then. Oh, shut up, Donald.
But he's got it.
They are meeting. They are having a consultation. Council. You disturbed
The deliberations.
Yeah. They were talking about
being
and related issues.
Fitting through doors.
Oh. rolling around, having a good time with your friends.
Your equally big friends.
Rubbing your belly. You know. Good shit.
The issues of the day.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I haven't mentioned from Hades that I should definitely have mentioned on the previous stream? How good Baldy is.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of round, friendly looking things, I'm a big fan of Baldy. Baldy is incredible. I love him.
I'm just interacting with Schnurp because he mentioned round, friendly looking things.
Yeah, Schning likes Cerberus the best, but he's a fan of Baldy as well. You know.
You can relate to both of them.
Why didn't hand it over?
Oh no, I'm trading it for treasure. This lamp is going to bring me riches.
Oh, no, you don't know. Get back here, you little...
Just menacing the people of the city. Harassing small business owners. Like, his business is large, but he is just physically quite short.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually the regional manager of Weatherspoons.
Oh no.
Like, he has his stall as well, but that's his side business.
Oh, okay. But I'm sure he's a more ethical, like, pub chain owner than the actual person who owns Weatherspoons.
Well, yeah.
I trust him. For some reason. How do they breathe fire? It's so amazing. They're just always ready to do an impromptu fire eating show.
Yeah, they're very dedicated to street magic.
It's beautiful. It's nice that they have a passion.
Thank you.
So mean.
It's mine.
Lamp hog?
Go away.
Gotcha.
Not fair.
I win.
Why is he Italian?
Not fair.
Hey.
His name's Luigi.
Nice one, Iago.
Way to go.
Don't drop it.
Look behind you.
That's not very helpful advice. Mamma mia.
Ah, you're taking my lamp. Now I'm doing count one count.
Yeah. One lamp. Oh,
Two.
Oh no. No lamp.
I love to count.
He's gonna make one beauty of a Heartless. I'm home!
Al! It's been eons! Al, you princely little muffin, you! Cosmic travel can get so lonely without a friend.
Little
I think I
muffin.
left you forlorn and genieless. Oh, the humanity! Hey, Al, have you been putting on weight? Al, of course.
It's
what am I
weird
saying?
because we
We're
were
living
watching
in
some
the
Simpsons
past now.
yesterday, so like.
Jasmine!
Yeah, I am being introduced to like the origin of so many memes that I've seen. It's like when I watched Arrested Development. Actually,
Even more so, though.
incredibly similar shows. Dysfunctional families.
Yeah.
I'll teach you to make a fool out of me.
It's a bit weird, but
Time
okay.
for Plan B. I'm finishing you mugs off right now.
His zipper was like waving alarmingly there. Hello.
Waving saucily. Maybe.
Yeah, Genie's just not helping in this.
That's nice of him. It's because he's conflicted because he feels a connection with the absolute. They have a history. Spicy boy. That's what I'm calling this party. Icy boy and spicy boy.
There's in Banjo-Tooie, there's a level called Hailfire Peaks, which is like half a really cold mountain and half a volcano.
Oh.
And it's got two bosses, one of whom is called Chili Willy, and the other is called Chili Billy, as in chili peppers.
That's good.
And like one is an ice dragon and the other is a fire dragon.
I like what they did there.
It's very good.
It's good naming choices. It's kind of weird how they have like little bodies inside big bubble bodies.
Yeah.
But I support them. And they were in love all along.
You mess with me for the last time. I'm gonna get you yet.
Okay, bye.
All right.
That was weird.
Oh.
Oh. Goofy's there like, I love you.
He's great secret.
Iago redemption arc.
Yeah.
So why was Aladdin behaving weirdly and running away from the palace?
Because he missed the genie?
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe not then.
Oh, boo! Catch him!
Oh, there he is.
Ah. It's the last thing you see before you die.
He must have secretly stolen it from the Cave of Wonders.
Donald, Sora, and Goofy are who transport you to the afterlife. Nobody ever gets there.
You have to go buy gummy shit.
Oh god.
Oh.
Shiny egg. Oh god.
It's like a Pokemon egg. They sort of shine when they're hatching.
I should play some more Pokemon Shield actually, because I finished the story bit, but I need to get the big dog.
Oh yeah, it's very important.
It's out there.
Sora, what is it? I think it's time for us to go.
Will you be back?
We will. I promise.
Who are you again? Bye.
Ah.
Oh.
Genie tunnel.
Oh, he's gonna help.
Hmm.
Wait, is this the bit from the preview? The city that was in the preview trailer?
It is actually.
Ah. Still terrified by Pluto. Ooh. Ooh. Look at his weirdly shaped head. Sorry, Shanine, I don't mean any offense to doggos. Oh?
Maybe waiting isn't good enough.
My thoughts exactly. If you have a dream, don't wait. Act. One of life's little rules. Got it memorized?
I really like how the organization members can start speaking before they've actually gotten there.
It's just to like create the maximum drama.
Hmm.
Oh, I like Kyrie's outfit.
Hmm.
Sora?
No, I'm Axel. I just said.
Oh, spindly boys.
We've got something in common, Kyrie. You and I both miss someone we care about. Hey, I feel like we're friends already.
Just the spindly boy shimmying towards her. Oh my god, are those spindly boys what our friend's D&D character looks like?
Sort of, actually, yeah, except a lot taller.
Hey, what is this place?
Hey, I'm missing a friend. I've got a vacancy in my friend group. You want in? Okay, I'll go and be really cool somewhere else. That's my Axel impression.
He's just always coming on too strong.
You okay?
Hey, wanna get matching tattoos, Kyrie? Okay, bye.
I didn't want to anyway.
What? You and that dog came flying out of a hole in the wall.
Wow.
He nearly gave us heart
Me
attacks.
and Shanine origin story.
Hmm. That's how we met.
You were wearing your Dog Street 2 shirt.
I was.
Yep, I can see it. It's back again.
Ah, okay. Well, we're gonna do Halloween Town first. Pluto is the dog.
There's now been 2 dogs on that street.
Well, exactly. That's why it's Dog Street 2.
It's clever how they seeded that, isn't it?
This is how our friend moves
right.
around, I think.
Oh my god, it's Zero!
Or rather, how his D&D character, who's not really him. Well, a bit him.
I don't have any idea what the deal is with his character.
No.
I don't know what he is. I don't know why he is. But I support him.
Good.
And he looks like Jack Skellington.
He does a bit, yeah. It's just a similar physicality more than anything.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's this? What's this? It's the wrong part. It's the wrong town. Goth people.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is Halloween Town, right?
That's why I'm in mind. Ugh. Why is he looking at me? I don't like it. That is scary. No, that's
Hey, it's Zero.
Zero.
How have you been, boy?
Zero. Love that boy.
Hmm. Right, got any puzzle pieces for me? I do like these Scream ones. Yeah, there's still a guillotine here.
Good.
What's that for?
Revolution.
Vive la revolution.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy!
He
Welcome
unfurled
back!
himself.
And Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas? Don't you mean Happy Halloween?
You
Of
heard
course,
me.
Halloween greetings from Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King! Forgive me, I'm in a Christmas mood. You see, I'm running the show again this year, but I need Santa Claus' blessing, so I'm off to Christmas Town.
Sandy Claus?
I think he means Santa Claus.
Aren't these decorations wonderful? This year,
Yes.
Halloween Town's going to handle Christmas too.
Is
But
this the
first,
plot of Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, this is happening after the plot of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Santa Claus can do
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we just missed the movie then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think him opening the door was like a flashback to the events of the film.
Okay. The spooky toys.
Want to go check it out?
I do like Sora's little fangs.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I like how Donald is missing a portion of his midsection.
I don't like that.
Actually, all of it.
Yeah. He's see-through now. He never had any organs.
Donald is the true Heartless.
Holy shit.
Oh, Zero's doghouse is in the logo.
Good. Oh no. Oh no. My incredibly large book. The
Hello, Doctor. Where's Sally?
Can't you see that I'm in the middle of an experiment?
No, honestly.
Do you want a truthful answer here? Like.
Hey, this is way too
I feel bad for Sally still having to live with abusive dad lad.
do, and you'll be sorry. Now
Is
bring
that
it
how the
over
film
here.
ends? I've only seen Nightmare Before Christmas once. And it
I
was a long
mean,
time ago.
we don't have much of a sense of how her like living situation is going to be after.
I assumed she was gonna move in with Jack Skellington so they could like get it on.
Yeah, well, I think that is more the implication because Dr. Finkelstein, I think is his name, like builds himself another version of him as well
Oh yeah.
and puts half his brain in.
Sometimes that's what people want in a child.
Sally, did you finish it? I want to show my good friends.
Where are they, Jack?
I need a little bit more time.
Oh. Well, that's all right. Just as long as it's ready for Christmas.
But Jack.
Our friend's D&D character is not nearly as charismatic as Jack, I should point out.
Wonderful to see you again. Goodbye for now.
I see Sally's life is not materially changed.
No.
Please,
That's a
I'm
shame.
afraid something terrible will happen if Jack goes through with this.
In fact, it already did. You'd think he would remember.
She's just there to be like, oh no, I don't know if Jack should really be doing this. But it's a shame that I can't do anything about it or stop him.
Well, she's the sort of like the Cassandra of Halloween Town.
That's true, actually.
They're definitely not with us. But Donald, Goofy, and I can get rid of them for you. And then we can go see Santa.
Okay.
But first, the Heartless.
I'm glad to know that Santa canonically exists in Kingdom Hearts.
Yep. And like Asura knows about him.
This is not as weird as the Narnia thing to be fair. Oh! He's happily swaying back and forth. Oh. Oh, it's me sewing. I suppose in like a spooky location it's good to have an ominous prophetess.
Well, yeah.
Now hear this, you fiends! Leave Halloween Town at once, by order of the mayor! Jack, where are you? I'm only an elected official. I can't handle this by myself!
I think that's like his equivalent of Phil's saying more things than he says he's going to say. In that it's a joke that appears once in the film, but they lean very heavily on.
I can't believe that Count Binface is the mayor of Halloween Town. Actually, I can. Zero's so cute. Make Zero a member of the party.
Oh.
Send Zero to go hang out with Kyrie. I bet they get like.
And she's with Pluto now, so.
Yeah. I fear Pluto. Because he looks like he should be like living the life that Goofy does, but he can't, but he doesn't, and so I'm like, what's going on with him? What's his deal? I don't know. Why can't he be talking not being in a dog basket?
Well, he doesn't wear clothes. So
Why doesn't he wear clothes?
He has no awareness of sin.
Oh, he's like the Edenic.
He's prelapsarian.
Oh wow, okay. That makes sense actually. He's like just living his best doggo life. He hasn't eaten from the tree of which fruit is the fruit of the tree that is forbidden.
The fruit of the tree of knowledge, I think it is.
Oh.
Something like that. I mean, it's also called forbidden fruit.
See, I don't know about it either because, you know, myself, unspoiled.
Immaculate. Oh, it's Christmas Eve. There's a clock in the background that says 1 day to Christmas. Yes, Shning.
Schningle's a Christmas dog, so
yes.
This is very important to him.
What should we bring along next time?
God.
A bucket full of caterpillars! Or something even worse. Who's that? Some old hag.
Silence.
Perhaps
Why are they
you three
scared
could
of
be
her? They
use
live in
to me.
Halloween
Come
Town.
along, all of you. I'll show you the true meaning.
I don't know, I guess it's the thing of like petty bullies being scared of someone who is like legitimately scary.
Right.
The doorway is in the woods just past the graveyard.
Hope Sally's doing okay. Do you think she's just been subtly hinting to Jack this whole time that she'd quite like to move out of her dad's house?
And he's just not picking up on it at
He's
all.
just been like, oh, Sally, what am I going to do about Christmas?
Just essentially monologuing.
He's like singing a song about, but how can I ensure that the town celebration is festive? And she's there like, Jack. So cute. I feel bad this time. All the time. It does feel weird saying all of this because my sister is called Sally, so it does feel a bit weird like I'm talking about my sister. Yeah, I feel really bad for her. OMG. Wow, it sucks to be. No. My sister is also blue and made of like patchwork pieces.
Oh, but that is true actually.
So there is some similarities.
All of the holidays.
I'll go to a different one.
Thanksgiving, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, and Dynamite Day.
Oh. That's...
Do not know what that's supposed to be.
I guess New Year's?
I assume so, yeah.
Because it's American, so it can't be bonfire night.
No.
Yeah, I guess that must be it. But it really makes you realise how there aren't actually that many themed holidays, are there?
I mean...
What the heck is the St. Patrick's Day like?
I do not want to know.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. What's in Thanksgiving?
Pilgrims, I guess.
Here it is, the door to Christmastown. The spooks of Halloween can get so tiresome year after year. I wanted something
I sure
new.
do love Dynamite Day.
The day we celebrate Alfred Nobel.
Oh, I was thinking the day we celebrate Ms. Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a joint thing. Like St. Peter and Paul's Day.
Come on, just open it.
You gotta share sometimes. Yeah. Horrifying.
No suggestion at all that Jack has come with them.
Ooh. I like the pumpkin Christmas tree. What?
Yep. They get Christmas themed outfits as well.
But it's like goth Christmas themed outfits.
Yep.
This doesn't make sense. Oh god. Christmas Town?
In his workshop.
Ooh.
Shall we?
I actually really like the Christmas Town music. In fact, I think it's on my Christmas playlist.
It may well be. Their costumes are very weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them. They should have just stayed in their Halloween Town outfits. Why have they... I guess it's just have more, like, themed outfits, isn't it? Moogly Moogly. What's this Moogle called?
Oh, good question. Gumo.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Moogle. Pleased to see you. Hope your business thrives. The Christmas people. Very blessed to see them. Oh, the Christmas outfits are Final Mix exclusive, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Ah, so it's just to have more cool outfits, I guess. That actually makes sense if it's kind of like a bonus thing.
Yeah.
In case you want them to be edgy Christmas boys.
Wow.
Which I assume that a significant proportion of the player base of Kingdom Hearts does. Or did at this point in time. Ooh, Christmas.
Wow! Here too?
On guard, loyal bodyguards.
Oh, they aren't like Christmas themed.
They are.
Are they?
They're like toys.
Oh. Jack in the box. And a Jack out of the box. Did the merry-go-round spin?
Yep.
Did you make it spin?
Yep.
That's good. Good combat techniques. Christmas Town does look very like Schningel could live there, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Like in one of the little red and green houses with a Christmas tree and lots of gifts. No doubt some puzzle pieces.
Oh, yes.
But he could give those to Sora, like,
Yeah,
if
he wouldn't
needs
mind.
be. He's a very generous pupper.
Christmas is in big trouble.
Conservative news outlets every Christmas.
That's where Santa Claus lives.
This is the true war on Christmas.
It's the Heartless.
It's like candy cane coloured treasure chests.
Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh. Donald landing next to you is less nice. His body looks very disturbing in its snowman form.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it look like he has a bosom.
Oh, it does actually, yeah.
So, that's troubling.
That's also quite troubling, honestly.
Kids joyriding the sleigh.
Elves joyriding the sleigh.
Yeah. Elf teens.
Hmm.
Oh, can we see what different animals
Yes.
are there? There was a whale. There's a
There's a
penguin.
walrus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a seal.
Or which one would... Well, you can't ride that polar bear.
Once you like cling onto the back, I suppose.
Or you hold it in his little arms.
Oh, I think I would want to ride the walrus.
I think I want to ride the whale.
The whale looks very happy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, he looks
It's the
like
anti-monstro.
He looks beautiful. His little angular form.
Hmm.
Beautiful boy. Ugh.
I like, as you
Ugh.
said, beautiful boy. Goofy just sort of wanted to fish off.
I didn't call for you. Shocking.
Yeah, let's go see Santa.
Oh, oh, oh.
Well, hello everyone. Did you come to see if you're on my nice list? Your name?
Sora,
Please
sir.
don't try and sit on his knee, Sora. I'm begging you.
Sora. Here you are. Well, according According to my list, Sora, 7 years ago, you told everyone you did not believe in Santa Claus. Ooh, that is unfortunate.
I did not realize his list was that detailed. It's a list of transgressions. He's also St. Peter.
Oh, yeah.
I would cast some doubts on the legitimacy of this nice list if Donald is on it.
Yeah, I have some suggestions as to that could be implemented to improve the validity of the list.
It's a long story.
So
It's
yes,
a movie.
confirmation that this is happening after the events of Nightmare Before Christmas.
There. Interesting.
Goodness.
Oh god, Christmas Town's scary.
Isn't it?
Oh, I thought that was for science experiments. My bad. Like a magic experiment, rather. Like Merlin's fireplace. Oh.
It's just a picture of a penguin on the wall.
His penguin son.
And his elf families.
That's a picture of him and his illegitimate child with another mythical being. Oh no, the toy factories are running 24/7.
Yeah. This looks like a very Wonderland teapot.
Oh yeah. He's having an affair with the Queen of Hearts.
Ah, that makes sense. On some level.
Why do we have to hide?
Silence. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. That fool Jack brought Sora and the others with him. Now we can deal with all of them at once.
What do you want us to do?
We're just children.
Who's there?
Busted!
No, it's not busted. If only.
Oh,
It's true, I crashed Christmas Town.
it's
And
Lock,
now we're
Shock,
back
and
together.
Barrel.
Not those three.
I assure you they're not with us.
Well, whatever the case, they've been quite naughty. Catch them and bring them back here. They're
So
going
I
to
can
get a
destroy
lecture.
them.
Queen of
Mr.
Hearts is on his
Claus,
naughty
I wanted
list.
to talk to you about Christmas first.
It'll have to wait. I need to see how
That's
things
the
are progressing
vibe.
in my workshop.
Come on, Jack. Let's catch those little
Or maybe
pranksters.
he's on hers.
Oh, all right then.
I feel like Riku would really be impressed by Sora's Nightmare Before Christmas looks.
Yeah.
Wow, Sora, I thought you only cared about Keyblade, but it turns out you look really cool while doing it, so...
It's nice that the game decided to give us a trail to follow in this quite narrow and linear world.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's so that you can better like get into Sora's head. Like this
Oh,
is how
yeah, that's
spelled
true.
out he needs things to be. It's just so that you know that you don't, no thoughts, no problem. Just enjoying the pumpkin jack in the box.
It's over.
I don't like the soldier head that pops out of there, but you can't fault a good spooky boy.
Yuletide Hill.
I say this as I'm stitching like ghost fabric.
Oh,
on
yeah.
on my quilt. Which I have a mask made out of as well, actually. Which I've been wearing for like over a year now.
Yeah.
And there was a brief time when it was actually Halloween where people might have thought it was like a themed thing. but it's actually just, you know, themed to...
All spooky all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Living that Jack Skellington life. Living that Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas life. Oh, do you really think you should be doing this? I disagree. And then being ignored. Saying something quite reasonable and everyone's like... Anyway. Poor girl. Gonna write my my conference paper on gender in the Nightmare Before Christmas.
That ridiculous Christmas town. But now that Sora and those imbeciles are here, I think a change of plan is called.
Odd phrasing because it suggests that Sora isn't an imbecile.
What kind of revenge?
The magnificent
Imbeciles
malevolent kind,
Incorporated.
of course.
That sounds really bad.
Like Oogie's kind of bad.
And that's super duper bad.
Oogie Boogie. That bag of incensed insects.
I love him.
How
Incense,
intriguing.
they're very
And where might I
friendly.
find him?
Jack and his dumb, stupid friends destroyed him.
Ah, yes. Now I remember. More intriguing still. I believe I'll bring your master back for you.
He big. Oh, where could this path lead?
Donald's way.
Okay. I don't believe that for a second, but fine.
It's over.
Fear. Doubt.
Okay.
He hasn't even got his internal organs. Like, I don't trust this duck. Got it again. Diseases.
Them. Oh, there he is.
He big.
I feel like a million bugs. I really owe you one for this, Maleficent.
Indeed you do, Oogie. Do you remember Sora, Donald, and Goofy?
Do I remember them? Ah! You're too much! I'll never forget what they did to me.
They will.
What was it they did to you?
Squashed you like a bug.
That sounds bad.
And Jack helped.
Even worse.
They creamed ya.
That's right. That's right. That's one
Okay.
thing I won't be forgetting anytime soon. It's the last thing I remember. And it's the only thing I'll remember until I teach those clowns not to mess with Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Way.
That's right. That's the spirit. And I have the perfect plan already in mind. Have you ever heard of Christmas Town?
No.
Mr. Oogie.
I like how she turned away and then turned back.
One of my favorite things in this game has been like the weird moments where like nothing's happening,
Needs more
but
time to recover.
there's just a sort of shot of something.
Stay here and keep Sora and the others occupied. My Heartless will help you, but do not fail me.
Yeah.
There they are.
It is the sort of came back wrong thing. Although only slightly wrong. Oh good, keep them there. Hurdle.
No, I know.
Saturn!
Oh my god!
As in
Feeding
Saturn
a rock.
devouring his children.
It's like an alien ship.
It's like an alien or suiting.
It is like an alien or suiting. He's beautiful. It's kind of like a witch as well.
Yeah?
Like an alien witch. Like me.
What a concept.
I know.
Oh, Sora's little mask changes when he uses one of the forms. Look at his portrait, that's really cool.
That was cute.
Time for an inside combo.
I like the little pumpkin. It's cute. His mask, that is.
Yeah.
I do like the Halloween Town outfit for Sora. I think it's fun. I am horrified by both the others actually, but I think Sora's is. I know they're supposed to be spooky, but it's just like there's some kind of deep other level of horror that I feel
Yeah.
about, you know, done on the movie. It's just like it's wrong in a way that everything else about all the other Halloween Town residents just feels right. You know, it's not correct.
I just kind of want to see what his wisdom form
Oh,
is like.
It's a little witch. It's so cute. Good masks, good hats. He like matches with the monster.
Oh, hello, look at that. There's a puzzle piece.
Oh. Nice work. Nice done. Notice that the glue is still here.
I mean, I often think that. Just in general.
I was feeling that before Maleficent brought him back, so I assume she was feeling the same way.
Yeah.
She was trying to play it cool, but she was pleased to see him.
Okay.
Just a noise there.
Just telling no one in particular to back off.
Telling yourself to back off.
Sometimes you need to give yourself space.
You do if you're a large body. They're big.
Confounded, and now I've lost my way.
You've literally just come out of the door.
I am disturbed by Nightmare Before Christmas Santa because I don't like his black gloves because they look like those like joke washing up gloves that you get which has like fur on them.
Oh, right.
They look like that, and so I feel like it's weird.
Call me Santa Claus.
Of course, Mr. Santa Claus. I was hoping I'd find you here.
Oh,
You see,
she's fixing things.
It's very important that you go back to Christmas.
Oh.
I'm afraid something terrible is going to happen if you don't.
Well, I am behind on my preparations. All right, tell Jack I'll be waiting for him at home.
Yes.
Something to say to me about Christmas.
But that's just it. Please, go home and lock the door. And if Jack knocks, don't open it.
It's for his own good. She's trying to curb his
large
Christmas
one in
addiction.
red.
All I gotta
The large
do is
one in
kidnap him?
That's
No,
right.
don't kidnap
Lock
Shmi.
him up at once.
No, the small
Then
one in
begin
red.
destroying Christmas Town. That's sure to make Sora and the other fools come running.
And then they're all mine.
Yes. And in the meantime, I'll turn Santa Claus into Santa Heartless.
I mean, she thinks it's funny.
Who's there?
That's what passes for humor in their community.
I do like that Maleficent's motivation here seems to mostly just be spite.
I mean, that's her thing. When you think
true,
about
actually,
it.
yeah.
You didn't invite me. That and turning into a dragon, I would say, are her characteristics.
I'm gonna go back to Curly Hill.
Oh.
In case I missed anything.
They really couldn't think of a better name.
Nope.
Okay. Spiral Peak. There you go, that's a bit better already. Get me on the team, Kingdom Hearts. Firstly, my demands. More large bodies. Large body is a playable character. That's it.
Would you like to be paid? I already have been.
I'm being paid in my fashion.
I like when Goofy says, thanks, pal, because it makes me think of Balthus.
Love Balthus. Are you using him in your current playthrough of Three Houses?
Yeah, a lot.
You gone Warmonk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the thing that you were most likely to go for him for. I really want to replay Three Houses. I know that I can. It's just that, like, I feel like there are other games that I could be playing, and at the moment I'm still, like, obsessed with Hades. Because I'm still not that good at it. Like, I'm working, I've got through, like, most of the story stuff.
Ah, damn it.
But,
okay, come back here, Windy Boy.
I want to get better at it and do really well.
Thank you.
And make Skelly proud. He's already proud of me, but, you know. I want him to access hitherto unforeseen levels of pride. And, you know, I've got to get some more of Obol for Karen. Looks like Kieran's going to all this. Coin for Kieran. Me transferring the rent money. Coin for Kieran.
Combat plus, you say? Don't mind if I do.
Oh. I'm sure that was what he had.
That was his whole plan.
He had a plan?
Well, Maleficent had a plan. Ooh, Feral Sora.
Oh, it's cute. It's big.
I've done a little redecorating.
Oh, he was doing a little sexy over the shoulder pose there.
Wait, something's not quite right. I know what it is. We just need a little more of that boogie flair.
I agree.
I do hope our jolly old friend is looking forward to becoming a Heartless.
I have very little context for this.
Is this a Halloween Town thing again?
Are you still here? Why don't you oogie on back where you came from? You're cramping my style.
Have you already forgotten who brought you
Don't
back,
you
you
boogie on dime?
Oh no.
Sorry, can't
Not
remember a thing.
Jenny Joyce of Dairy
Very
Girl.
good, ingrate. You'll rue the day you spurned my
Dabby
help.
dabby doo. Oh.
There was a moment in that cutscene, by the way, where you could see up Santa's robe, dress, and it was distressing.
Oh wow.
That's Santa's house.
The fan service.
For the real Christmas fans.
Well, Schning is the real Christmas fan. Are we saving some Christmas for next time?
No?
Okay.
No, I was just healing up. I'm going to see Moogle.
Oh yeah.
Extremely increases defense.
Whoa.
It doesn't strike me as very good grammar, but...
Schneegle. He's here.
Oh.
He watches the stream. Goofy tornado. Goofy bash. No goofy bashing, please.
No. This is a goofy positive zone.
He is like definitely the most competent of the Trinity.
Of the Trinity.
Of the because they have Trinity. They have
Trinity. No, I understand where you got it from.
Is
It's
that
just-
not what I should call them? What should I call them?
No, that's a perfectly fair name for them. I just never heard them called that.
Oh, okay. Oops. I thought I was knew the lingo, but I didn't. Who would be who if they were the Holy Trinity?
Well,
Who's the Jesus of the group?
See, the Holy Spirit is often represented as a bird.
So that
obviously that's Donald. Sora has the kind of self-sacrificial thing going on.
Oh yeah.
To some degree, so he must be Jesus.
Yeah.
Which means that Goofy is God the Father.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Goofy is the ultimate treasure, as we've now just established.
It's over.
Do you think like Jesus actually also just had no idea what he was doing the whole time, like Sora?
That's quite a big theological question.
That would be an ecumenical matter. I suspect that might be just Sora thing.
Yeah. I was just hypnotized by that elf's terrifying face.
Wow, that's mean. Why does Goofy have a whole Christmas wreath around his neck?
It's his new style.
I don't like it. I like this. Oh.
Jack Skellington! Oogie!
And then they're gonna run to each other in slow-mo.
Settled, Jack. Same goes for your little sidekicks.
What are you planning to do with Sandy Claus?
Oogie's voice is weird now. Was it always like this?
I think so.
I don't know what you're talking about. And why is this roly-poly red guy here?
Well, it's his Twitch channel.
Hmm.
Mr. Santa Claus!
I hate these girls and their detachable limbs.
Hmm.
Why, you... Ah!
Oh, what a confusion.
Hmm.
Nice view from up here. That's right, away you go.
Oh, these are cool looking presents.
Hmm.
Lovely spooky gift.
Hmm.
Actually, it literally looks like it might be like a Lush gift set or something.
Yeah.
Like a Halloween toiletries collection. You know?
Hmm.
I'd buy it.
Oh, I know you would. I mean, you had that ghost, was it like a bath bomb?
Yeah. I get a lot of stuff. Just because you can make it last a long time if you're smart. Or if you're frugal.
Hmm.
And it's nice. So that's what I do with my life. Have nice things.
Hmm.
Hope you like the boogie gift I picked out for you. That's right.
Getting some presents for Boogie Boogie.
Wow.
That's nice.
Hmm. Oh, thanks.
Shouldn't.
Boing. Boing.
I'm just singing a little song because. Oh.
He's here again.
The man with the bugs in his thighs.
Did look a bit like Donald had just healed Oogie there.
Who's to say that he didn't?
Well, I can see his health bar.
But maybe that's a fictitious put there by Donald so that you wouldn't know about what was really going on. He's an electrical boy.
Oh, no.
Or is his factory malfunctioning?
Well, it's Santa's factory.
Oh. I assumed it was like in Halloween. I know that they're in Christmas Town, but I assumed it was like a Halloween place.
No, he's just very quickly converted Santa's toy workshop.
Oh, okay. He like came in and was like, okay, the first thing we need to do is put these skull decals on the wall.
Yeah.
Need to get the right mood. Otherwise, what's the point, you know? Aesthetic is everything. I guess that kind of is the point, but that is kind of is the case with the like holiday themed towns, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Definitely more about the look of the place than necessarily the spirit of the holiday.
Yeah.
Or it kind of is.
Yeah, well, I mean...
It's difficult. But like, it's not like Halloween Town is actually actually scary. They're just like, well, I suppose they're supposed to be, aren't they?
Yeah.
They mean well.
He missed his calling.
It's so sad. He's clearly got a great eye. I mean, it's not actually clear what his eyes are, or
There's some kind of bug, probably.
yeah, but whatever it is, he's got good taste in default. And he's clearly an efficient worker. He could really get like a business going here. Or
Yeah?
some kind of.
Maybe he could go into partnership with that lad from Acrobat.
Oh my gosh, maybe you should, instead of whatever it is that Sora's doing most of the time, he should be connecting people.
You do assume that he remembers people, like, between worlds, though.
I mean, oh no, he's leaking. That's so embarrassing for him. It's slightly horrifying. We can rebuild him.
We have the bugs.
Oh,
maybe not.
We have one less bug.
All right, Christmas is safe again.
Yay. Or at least Jack's still running it. But
I'd better get down to business.
No, this is the wrong world for this.
Yup, you ought to stick to Halloween and spooky stuff.
Jack.
Oh.
Here, it's done.
Wonderful! Why, I love it. Thank you, Sally.
She made him a cosplay.
To do this?
But I
He commissioned her.
Santa Claus.
Listen here, Jack Skellington.
Normally she
You
makes
saved me
fursuits.
in Christmas as well, and for that I'm very grateful. But please promise you won't cause any more trouble. And about that suit, don't even think about taking over for me again.
Look how high
I just
his
thought you could
belt
use
is.
a little help this year, Mr. Claus. You must be exhausted.
I had a
from
teacher
all
in secondary school who had his belt at about that
I
level.
wouldn't mind a second chance to get this Christmas thing right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how it was comfortable.
But let me tell you something, Jack.
He
Seeing
liked
the happy
the
faces of little
discomfort.
children when they
maybe.
discover the
Kept on his
presents I brought
toes.
them makes it all worthwhile. Year after year after year. And you, Jack,
Christmas.
you love to make them gasp and see them shiver with fright. What if someone tried to take all of that away from you?
Make it sound unsavory.
We both have very important jobs to do, Jack. Mine is to take care of Christmas.
Yours
and
is
yours
whatever
to take
shit
care of
you get
Halloween.
into.
So we each have to do the very best we can. After all, you're the face of Halloween, Mr. Jack Skellington. The Pumpkin King.
He's more like he's the face of like 13-year-olds school bags. in
Yeah.
20
Halloween is your true
in like
specialty.
2008.
Children
But you know, that's an important job.
Halloween needs your attention, and I know Christmas needs mine. Urgently.
You're right.
Someone's
I
got to
am
shepherd the
master of
baby
terror.
goths.
But if Halloween has become too routine, all I have to do is think of something new that'll really make them scream.
Jack! Oh, Jack!
Oh God, you're out of your jurisdiction.
I've been looking for you everywhere. We must go over the plans for next Halloween. I can't do a thing without your approval.
So true.
What is your system of government?
Good luck, Jack Skellington.
How do you have a king and a mayor?
See, I thought that the king was like a ceremonial
there he
like
goes.
position.
I think he is like the head of festivities sort of thing.
Check and preparations to finish.
Oh, he's getting a boon from Aphrodite.
No time for joking.
What's this? Perhaps a bit too festive for our Halloween needs.
What's this? What's this? Nothing in here. What's this? Schneeing every Christmas.
He looks very miserable.
Oh,
Or at least
no.
bewildered.
It's happening again. What's happening, Jack? The curse.
We better get going.
Before you do, Sora, I believe there's a friend of yours who, if I recall correctly, was the one who told you there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Oh, I bet I know which flippin' friend that was.
Sure to give him
It's one of two, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And the fact that he just said he narrowed it
Well,
down.
yeah.
Do you know where I can find Riku?
No, but don't give up. Remember, if you believe in Riku, you will find him.
And when you do,
Just as you found
tell him he's a little shit from me.
Tell him he's been very naughty.
Also, if you see the Queen of Hearts by any chance.
Tell her I have.
Oh, magnet. That means we can go back to Atlantica
Oh.
for another song. But we won't. We will leave that until next time.
Oh, a new episode.
And just as an indication of what else to expect next time.
Is that the Lion King?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Let's watch it check. And then 12 10. I don't think we have any more torn pages at the moment, so we will not be going to see Winnie the Pooh for a bit.
Oh, well, at some point.
Yes. So yeah, I think we'll finish up here. So we'll be back next week with more of this. In the meantime, on Monday, we will be streaming Persona 5 Royal. We're at a good bit as well.
And on Wednesday, we should have our final stream of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. So that'll be pretty exciting and probably quite emotional getting to the end of, like, in brackets, emotional. I cried. But yeah, and then we'll be back with more of this next Friday. So hopefully you can see us for some of those streams. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And yeah, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.